Clear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the session with DXY, and currently I'm on the monthly chart. As you can see, as we zoom out, right, this is where this whole decline started way back in 02, 01, right? So price returned to this level, rejected, right, this pullback. But this was actually the first, let me do this. So we get this pullback, right? And then we buy up. So are we potentially selling off? Because, oh wait. So this is what I marked off before. I had this run on stops, and this is a monthly time frame. So I would think that with the run on stops, price would want to continue higher, right? Because they've been still raising interest rates. The price of the value of the dollar has been going down. So, ultimately, just got to stick with the fundamentals, stick with the technicals, and correlate the two as best as possible. Because there's no point of me saying, oh, because it did this, it's supposed to do that. Like, no, the news controls the markets, and when the news isn't controlling the markets, there's technical analysis happening, but it doesn't always. It doesn't always happen. That's the whole thing. So aside from that, right? This level here, let's see, this level here actually created this order block, right? So this zone was basically when they came down hard, right? This was the do this to do that, right? They did this to do that. So now price came back up, blew out this zone, right? And it created an order block up here. So, that's why long term I'm bullish on the dollar, and it's like I'm still pretty bullish on the dollar, but with this, what I anticipate from this is a run on stops, on a monthly time frame. Like we already found major support here, right? Came back and retested this OB, and then break a structure here, retested it, and just blew through it. There is another fair value gap here, which price already we've already met this objective. So, it's really, this is clear support. So it's like, boom, okay. Now we're like under this structure here. So, dissecting. But yeah. Right, price broke above that, right? Pulled back. This would make sense. Somebody fact check me, but if this is a breaker block aligned with a fair value gap, then we could, we can rule this out. So fair value gap, breaker block, order block, right? Price breaks below. Doesn't really retest this whole thing, but we happen to find support as we simultaneously trigger this old, sell off to buy up. So I don't know, man. But we on a monthly, so let's see what the weekly talking about. I just put this here, but whatever. So we got this huge fair value gap up here, right? And then we came down here and found strong support. So chances are we get some action. I'm just gonna do like an overall kind of, because whoops. At this point I'm not saying what price is going to do. I'm just reacting. This is my analysis. This is just my theory. In theory, I believe price is going to do something like this. I really want to drag this all the way up here, just because. But yeah, to kind of redefine it a little bit, something like that, right? And if we blow through this, then if we break this low, right? Let's just say we demolish this fair value gap, then even though this trade would be, quote unquote, invalid on my screen, I'm trading the opposite of what the dollar is doing. So if the dollar doesn't end up triggering this buying and then, continuing back into a bullish trend, because this looks like, a reversal to come retest this level here. Oh, we already didn't. I wanted to get in like at the top of this candle, but who knows? We could see the price, the dollar come down, to come snatch up these lows down here. But you know, of course, I would never have a stop loss this big. You know what I'm saying? This is just for like an overall idea. But yeah, if the dollar breaks below this little green zone, because I could see like that happening. But if we break below and retest this area and start going back, I'm buying everything else. Simple as that. Yeah, let's keep dissecting here. So, I mean, so just it really depends on the news. However these institutions and these politics are feeling about the dollar, then that's what it's gonna be. And my whole thing is this, right? Sell off, buy up, right? Buy up to sell off. But patience. I mean, either way, it's like I'm not pulling the trigger until I see the move is set up, you know. So, like I said, I'm not I'm not gambling here because even if what I mark up is wrong, I'm still marking up these charts to where my alerts are letting me know which direction price is going. And, off of weekly, I mean, on a monthly, it's a huge bearish momentum, but we just happen to tap into this, you know, break a block, which is sitting above old highs and the last well-known fair value gap on a higher time frame. So, you know, that's that. And these two blue lines are from a previous, do this, do that zone that came from 2002. And the previous move was um, in a bearish move. We bought up to sell off. But I think this is the reverse. So we sold off to buy up. 1, 2, 3. Kind of got a lot going on here. This was the OB monthly. Ran it. Slumdog Millionaire. Retested. I'm pretty sure this yellow box might be uh, something on a lower time frame than this. I mean, if we want to look at it from a whale perspective, that in a bullish trend, right? First pullback, fail swing high, tap the master level. This was actually the highest gold has ever been from this point here. Tap the master level, dropped to run out the liquidity, and then shot back up to retest this LB. So now that we have this crazy little pullback and then a shot back up, do we see an explosion of gold because the dollar has failed? That sounds like the move. But I mean, huge explosion of it. So what could potentially happen from this point? If price respects this order block, then we could see a sweep going down, right? Something like this, maybe. Right? So for whatever reason, gold might come up and run out some of these highs. It just really depends on the news. Everything going on with the dollar, whatever's shaking the money is gonna shake gold. Nothing else outside of the dollar. So What are you to do, man? But if I was to, I mean, like right now, okay, so 50% level way down here, which is where this, I mean, I would consider this an LB, right? So I'm just like, okay, chances are uh, to come back down to this OB, the dollar would have to just take off. And does it look like that's what it's trying to do? Mm-hmm. Okay. So US 30 had this OB up here, right? Break the structure to the downside, retest, continuation, right? Make sweep this low, tap these old highs, shoots up, respects this previous order block. Because this was the first one. Oh well, this was the did this to do that, right? So they bought here to sell off there, right? Okay, making more sense. All right, so I mean, see, US 30 for me, I feel like it's in a tricky spot. But we had, I mean, you see what I was doing. um, I mean, price just sprung up, respected this, came back down and tapped that. So, which is about, you know, it's kind of like the 50% of what's going on over here. Then this candle, if we get a close in the 50% of this candle here, then I mean above like this. Let me see. Let me mark this. Turn off this magnet. If we can get a close, kind of about right here, then I would anticipate US 30 to probably do something like this. Something like that. You know? Because I mean that was a big sweep though, but where's COVID at? I mean, we tapped into a COVID level and sprung up. So let's see. But this is kind of how I'm feeling right now about US 30. Right? We've been making more highs, lower lows, right? So we could see the move up to take out all this. I mean, that was a run. He came down, respected this, ran this low out. I mean, the next level would probably be like right here, but I already kind of tapped it. So, patiently waiting. Yeah, if it closes underneath this line, or just keeps rejecting this little zone here, then I'd probably sell. Probably, I don't know.